Be sure to slap a like on this video, as the like goal is going to be 420. And also, make sure you're subscribed, so that way you'll get an alert every single time I drop a video throughout the wait for House of the Dragon Season 1, or as it's known on this channel, The Long Night. Alright, so this leak has been sent to me through the DMs over on Instagram. Usually it's Twitter, but this was actually sent to me through Instagram. Make sure you go follow me at sir_hunts_reviews. You can follow me on Twitter as well. That's at Dragon Daddy. Now this source is actually the same person who sent me the leaked image of Daenerys being stabbed by Jon Snow in the throne room a solid year before it even aired on screen. Like, right after it was filmed, someone took a picture of it on set and then sent it to me, along with a couple of other YouTubers. But anyway, this person states that this scene, it happens after Aemond has his eye cut when he becomes Aemond One Eye. We actually see part of the scene in the first teaser. This person mentions that in the scene, Alicent is reacting to Aemond losing his eye. That's probably, that image that we have, or the short few clips that we have of Alicent running with the cat's paw dagger towards the camera. They mentioned that it happens in episode 4 at the death of Rhaenyra. And VHAGAR, this is the most interesting part, VHAGAR is said to be magnificent. He will be one of the 5 dragons that are featured in the trailer, and VHAGAR CGI is what is taking the trailer itself so long to be completed, and why it hasn't been released yet. It said that they want to distinguish VHAGAR from all other dragons because he's the most mature and oldest dragon ever seen in action on screen. Like, he may be of a comparable size to Drogon, but he's a much more aged dragon, and because of this, he has to be visually distinguishable from the other dragons. And they also mentioned that apparently real feces is used in the dragon dropping scene. So basically, when Aemond goes to steal VHAGAR, he pushes Lucerys in a pile of dragon droppings, and apparently they said that some of the actual feces gets on the actor's face, and they leave it in because his reaction to it is hilarious. They also mentioned that 3 guardsmen are going to be lit on fire, and this happens after VHAGAR lands and Luke then goes over to assault Aemond. Basically what happens is they come over after the commotion when VHAGAR appears to visibly anger after Aemond gets beaten and then his eye is slashed out. The dragon then lets out a roar and lashes out against the guardsmen who come in response to Aemond's scream. After this, the king ends up holding a council to decide what to do. It's that scene from the teaser with Alicent running towards the camera. That's the actual council scene. The camera is from the POV of Rhaenyra. Basically, she's standing there in front of her father with her children, and after Viserys decides that nothing will happen to his grandsons, because obviously it was his son that did it, he just wants to force them to have an apology. A guardsman attempts to step in the way, but he fails, and Rhaenyra then tries to throw out her arms, and her hand ends up getting slashed when this happened. Alicent brings the knife in a downward slashing motion, and when she does this, Rhaenyra grabs the dagger midair and gets her hand cut. This whole scene is similar to the first time we see the cat's paw dagger in the main series. Remember when Bran has watched the 2 twins fucking and he's pushed out the window, and then there's a cat's paw assassin that's sent to kill Bran for what he's seen. Unbeknownst to the assassin, Catelyn is in Bran's room and she gets her hand slashed in the process. So if this is true, that's a huge callback, because Catelyn getting cut with the same dagger as Rhaenyra getting cut trying to protect her children, well, that's just poetic. And lastly, this person mentions that the whole judgment part where Viserys is deciding what to do with the quarrel between his son and grandson has some of the same callbacks as when Ned and Robert were fighting over what to do with Sansa's direwolf because Joffrey was attacked. And also, after this scene, it is said that it's clear why the hate is so strong, and this scene was added to the show for a better reason as to why, the 2 factions hate each other so much. It solidifies that for the audience who may be a more casual show watcher. And that last part right there is why I decided to even make a video on this. The main reason being is because you have to do certain things that will be added on screen, like Game of Thrones with the main series, in certain dialogue scenes between Ned and Catelyn, and also between Cersei and Robert, right? So some of those scenes that were added in season 1 didn't even happen in the books, but they needed to happen because it's a visual medium, like it's a different way to tell a story, and in doing so, you don't get the nuances and the buildup that you get from, like 300 pages of something before an event happens, right? So even though that may be slow and hard to get through at times, very tenuous to read, it makes for the perfect way to build up to something. All of that aside, remember to take this with a grain of salt because it could be a little horse shit. Nothing is confirmed until it airs on our screens. I want to thank you all so much for watching. My name is Mark and this has been Sir Hunt's Reviews. This is my 3rd upload in 24 hours. Please, if you enjoy this content, just share it. Share it on all social media. Thank you for watching. Long night.